Every culture has a value system. If we are to become culturally intelligent, it is critical that these values are known so that the adjustment process is not fraught with peril. For the most part, these values are matters of difference, not right or wrong. As such, we are free to communicate openness, acceptance, and trust to people who we may express these values differently than we do. One of the many areas of cultural disconnect is how different cultures approach and perceive time. The Western approach to time is referred to as being clock time oriented, while most other cultures are event oriented. To event oriented cultures, the event takes precedence over the constraints of time. When the job starts or is completed is not as critical as what transpired in the fulfillment of the task. Relationships are relished while the task is being accomplished. In Western cultures, time is of a premium. Wristwatches have almost become a religious litmus test of one's commitment to punctuality. Henry Ford and the assembly line required that everyone showed up on time, and every aspect of the organizational culture revolved around wages, productivity, and profitability. In public schools, Sunday schools, and on the job, people were rewarded for being on time and punished if late or absent. It is out of this work ethic that scheduling, efficiency, planning, and goal setting and predictability emerged as important values for the industrial culture. With such time orientation, the value most cherished was an appreciation for the future. This was guaranteed by long-range planning, introducing an information economy that became complex and forced people to plan more precisely. The downside of such a course was that eventually both executives and investors began to see people as machinery rather than as human beings. On the other hand, in predominantly agrarian cultures, farmers understand quite well that the weather forecast may vary from year to year or month to month and even from hour to hour. Flexibility became the order of the day. More important was seasonal time when crops were planted and harvested, and attention had to be given to the timeliness of sun and rain. In such cultures, time is elastic and is partner to a host of variables that affect the importance that other cultures placed on punctuality. These deeply embedded variables are interwoven within every aspect of these cultures. Strict time frames become difficult. Appointments are seldom kept. Public transportation is affected by some vendor who is awaiting produce. Friends arrive late. A child is found alone on the bus while the parent is delayed on the outside, or the stream has overflowed the levees. Generation of these value orientations are sure to leave large footprints on any culture. The question before us demands a thoughtful response. How do two groups of people with different perspectives on time work together to accomplish their goals? Here are some suggestions. First, we need to inspect our motives for a preoccupation with a sense of urgency. Secondly, investigate the benefits of prioritizing relationships that result from event time preferences. Spend some time thinking about the things you could be doing rather than being frustrated by a different preference. And finally, resist the obsession with cliched idioms like, time is money. We need to do this sooner rather than later. There is no time like the present. make every minute count. It's now or never. Haste makes waste. And we all know the early bird catches the worm. Urgency, taking charge, and making the most out of every opportunity might be a vital part of the American psyche. But most of the people we encounter in cross-cultural interactions may require of us that we enhance our cultural intelligence skills.